What is up, guys? This is RJ and DJ the Kid. Tonight, we're just kind of hanging out. We're in the game room and we're just thinking about some stuff and we're kind of going over some things about life. And I was thinking, everybody has highs and lows in their life. And I think with some friends of mine and just kind of communicating with people around me, I realize that people sometimes forget all the highs that they go through in their life. And I'm not talking about anything negative or inappropriate. I'm talking about high points that are in their life, you know, things that made them feel like they were great, doing things great, accomplishing different tasks, and I think it's hard sometimes to um, go in and out of your life and just grabbing on to the positives when there's so much negative things going on. Kid, he's hiding behind me tonight. I don't know why. I think he's tired tonight, really.
I
But
am.
but
I'm tired.
I think, as I sit and think, I've had so many highs in my life, so many parts of my life that have came along and been great. But sometimes when the negative stuff happens, or I suffer like loss of a friend, or loss just of something in general, it makes all those high points feel like they're way down at the bottom. And a lot of times, I think I have to, sit and think about positives and think about things I've done and things that I've accomplished in my life to really take away that negative in my heart. But I get on here and not really to preach to people and not really kind of tell people, how they're supposed to feel, but really to make everybody understand in my own mind how I feel. To reach the high points in my life, there's got to be accountability that I hold against myself. And sometimes accountability on yourself, it almost feels like you're attacking yourself, or you're harming yourself by saying these things. But really, when you feel like accountability is attacking, it's really because you're not really ready to acknowledge things that you need to fix.
Because you're your own leader. You either work hard or you don't work hard. You're your own leader. You can do whatever you want.
I mean,
But you just gotta stick to that one mindset that you wanna do, and you just gotta accomplish your dreams.
yep. And really, Kid said it the best when he said mindset. I think the biggest thing in the world right now is mindset. How we feel, how we view things, how we calculate things in our own head. That all has to do with the mindset. It all has to do with how your mind sees things, how you take in information, and how you communicate it back out. So it does have a lot to do with your mindset. Let's talk about some high points in life: getting a good career, being a good father, being a good friend, being there to support friends, things like that. Those are highs. But I think personal high points in my life would be, working with young people that need help. Working with people that see the good in a negative mindset, that can help change and redevelop and do things like that. That's a very high point in my life.
High
Uh,
points in my life are just spending time with family.
yes, and family is key. I used to always tell this story, and I'll just kind of tell it real quick. Family to me is everything, because when I was young, I came from a broken family, a broken home, and I always wanted to, you know have that fatherly figure, or have that connection with somebody other than my mother. My mother was a great woman. Okay, my mother took care of me. She did the best she could, but I feel like I wanted something else as well. And I always vowed that if I ever had kids, that I would try to be the best father figure I could be. Well, to me, that's a high point. To me, the fact that I can take care of my family, take care of my kids, and be a good husband, and try to do these things the right way, kind of be how my father wasn't, that's a high point to me. You know, but I think aside from that, family has always been on the top of my list. But how did I develop the mindset, like Kid said, to be that person? How did I develop the character, the attitude, the things I needed to continue to be that person? Well, I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that we continue to grow through our life. We continue to be better, do better, find things in your life to grab onto that help you build that ladder to success. The low points in your life are kind of like the ladder, the steps on the ladder. right? So every time you build, you hit something in your life that kind of crumbles those steps down. You got to find ways to rebuild those steps and make yourself continue to climb. Um, Kid has dealt with some things where he's felt like he was up here and something happened. It kind of knocks us down. A lot of times, it's kind of, I think the term they used to use was knock you off your high horse type of thing. But in reality, that's not really knocking you off a high horse. Really, what it's doing is allowing you kind of to redevelop yourself, redevelop your attitude, your character. So the next time you try to do that same thing, instead of falling off, you learn how to stay on. And to me, that's a high point. But what are some low points in people's lives that can cause them to feel like none of the good points are greater than the bad ones, the low ones, the bottom of the totem pole ones. You know, some of those things could be just lack of having a relationship they want. Some of it could be lack of having that friendship they want, lack of having someone to understand them, communicate with them, things like that. Loss of a loved one, things like that. Those are points in your life that really crumble. I've suffered a lot of loss. Kid has suffered loss. And I think what happens is throughout our life, people have imprinted in our mind and put it in our brain that time heals all, which is not necessarily true. Really, in reality, time eases things and makes things easier to deal with. Not that you're forgetting, but it's easier to deal with at that point. So, those type of things right there. How do you move past loss? How do you move past
Oh
hurt,
my God.
pain, anguish, things like that? How do you move past some of those things? And I think the answer to that is surround yourself by other people who have dealt with some of these things. Surround yourself with other people that know how to get through some of these things and will be there to support you. Because if you don't support yourself, you have to have people around you that support you so you learn how to be a supportive figure for yourself.
And that's why one of my best friends is my dad, my
You know,
parents, my mom and my dad,
you know,
because I know they're always going to be there for me, and they've dealt with a lot more things that I have.
and what's crazy is I'm a parent. I love my wife. I love my kids. I'm a parent, but guess what? I also have to sometimes realize as a good parent, we have to be a good listener, a good communicator, a good understander. We learn how to be parents by being parents. We learn how to be better parents by what we do with our kids. And that goes with anything in your life. You learn how to be better at things by doing those things. We can't turn and walk away from it, because like I talked about loss, the reason why sometimes it's easier for people to deal with loss than others is they believe in something different than some people that might have a harder time. They believe in something better or bigger or more positive than just the negative things that are going on in
And
their
you want
life
to
right
know
then.
one thing that'll lighten the mood up real quick? You want to know one thing that could help you be a better parent? Taking your kids to McDonald's.
Yeah.
No, I'm just playing. I'm just
Yeah,
playing.
McDonald's. Oh my God. But a kid would say that. Kid is always wanting McDonald's. I'm
Playing.
telling but it's a crazy life. It's a crazy world. I'm not gonna say any names, but I'll tell you this. I do have a friend of mine who is probably the most positive, most impactful, able to see the brighter side of everything. I have a friend that is just like that. They can see bigger, better, greater smiles. Can impact you just by the way he interacts with you. And to me, that's a great feature to have because not only do you see the brighter side of things, you're able to deal with things in your life that are greater than the things that are happening right now.
And you
Okay.
know, one thing that could give you a good reputation, what you just said is always positive, is always a good friend, will always be there for me. That brought one name into my head, and I know exactly who you're talking about right now.
So those things are characteristics of people that have been through some of the worst things maybe that people don't even realize they've went through, and they see brighter things. So they're really, you've seen so many low points, and some people get to the lower points where you don't ever picture yourself being, but with sickness, with illness, with things like that. And they've been able to conquer that, near death experiences and things like that, be able to fight their way back to being the person they are today. That type of person has seen the worst and is able to communicate out the best, the positives, the things like that that are greater than what is happening now. And to me, as a person walking through this world with all the negative stuff that's going on, you have to almost be the bright light in the darkness. You have to almost be the highlight to somebody else's life, even if you're living in your lowest point. You have to be the high point in someone else's life, because people like that have a great character. They developed a character that is bigger. And I'm not saying they tower over everybody or they think they're better than you. No, their character, their personality, their outlook on life is bigger than what we see sometimes. So those people can change the outlook and the mindset of the ones around them. To me, that is the greatest feature in a person. Okay. My life has not always been great. We've developed greatness in our life. We have developed our love, developed our connections, developed things like that. I've had a lot of low points. I've had a lot of low points.
Me too.
I'm not a person that can sit up here and say I've just been up here my whole life. No, I have not. I had to learn how to take all my low points, light them bad boys on fire, and use that to fuel me reaching my higher points. So every low point I've had in my life, I've been able to take that as a material and build another step to my ladder to reach where I'm at right now. And my mindset is this: I will not stop. I will not stop because I have low points. I will try to rise up above those low points and look at all the higher points that I can reach still in my life. So, I just want everybody to understand high points and low points in your life are going to be there. There's going to be people that come around that make you feel a certain type of way. There's going to be people that you see that sometimes will make you feel a certain type of way. But we have to realize that the way we react to that initial action is what's important, not the negativity coming towards you. It's how that negativity bounces off you towards other people. To me, that's a high point in your life. You've got to understand that things don't happen in your life just because they need to happen. Everything happens for a reason. The people you meet, the people you care about, the people you love, the people you don't like so much, all these people are in your life for a reason. You have to learn what that reason is. And the only way you can learn that is by taking time to understand everybody and everything that's happening around you. Even at kids' age back here, he deals with things daily that could make or break a young kid, right? But you have to learn how to rise, be stronger minded and stronger in your heart. Because really, to be honest with you, some people lead with their heart, their emotions. Some people lead with their mind. When you lead with your mind, you see a different outlook on things. You
Yeah.
can't lead with your emotion.
And you see this? Just gotta keep smiling.
You got to smile, and now that kids said that, that's the thing I think is the most contagious thing in the world. We live in a world where we talk about sickness and illness and things that are going around, with the pandemic and BS stuff like that. Well, you know what? It doesn't mean we're not going to smile. The more we smile, the more hate and anger and frustration, all the other stuff will start to kind of go away. And what's crazy about that is this: not everybody knows how to smile. Okay. Not everybody realize how to smile or knows why to smile. Some people just smile to smile. Okay. People that can understand why they're smiling and explain it to other people about why they're smiling understand what a smile means, because a smile can mean more than just me looking at someone with a smile on their face. You smile at somebody that's hurting. You smile at somebody that's grieving. You smile at somebody that has lost a friend or a loved one or even an animal. That smile can be the high point of their day. It can brighten up their whole day. Their whole outcome of their life could change by that one moment. That's why with me and my own family and my own kids and even kid back here, he understands we smile because it's better than frowning. But when we smile, we've got to realize why we're smiling. Don't just smile to smile. Be happy. Be happy that you're awake today. Be happy that you are able to communicate the way you want to communicate. Do the things you want to do. Meet the people you want to meet. We have a choice to reach our high points in our life.
And
We don't.
God gave you another day. Live it.
Yes, that's beautiful to me. That is beautiful. God did give us another day, and guess what? Every day has got to matter. Every day has got to mean something. Every day is another opportunity, right? To reach some high points. The low points, we use them as stepping stones. Okay. And I'm not saying that they don't affect us, because every one of my low points I've dealt with that was severe in my life has affected me in some type of way. But I want to use those as stepping stones, or some people say as a stairway up to those goals, up to the successes, all those things. You want to use those as a path so you can walk down or walk up to the high points of your life. We create those. What is important to you? Okay. Every day you wake up, be thankful for that day. Every day you get to smile at somebody, be thankful for that person. Every day you give a hug, every day you say, I love you, be thankful for those words, because we never know what the next day is going to hold. We never know what could come from day to day, or what scenarios we'll be put in that might change our outlook on our own life. So we have to realize, our high points of our lives might have to be interactions. We don't know everybody in the world, but everybody in the world is dealing with some of the same things we're dealing with. So when you see people outside of your circle, per se, or outside of your family or your friends or whoever it may be, give them a smile. Tell them, hey, how, or ask them, hey, how you doing? No, just do it. When I see someone looking at me, okay, if I see someone staring at me or looking at me, I might ask them, hey, man, what's up, man? You doing okay? I've done this to people. Hey, you doing all right? Oh, my bad, man. I just got a lot on my mind. Well, what's on your mind? What is it on your mind? Because those people might not be staring at you a certain type of way. They might be lost in their own way. And you might be standing right in that path. But do you think that's for any old reason? Or you think that they're staring at you because they need someone to ask them, hey, how are you doing today? A lot of people don't have those people in their life where they can look at them and say, hey, how you doing? A lot of people hold that stuff inside, or they hide it behind what I consider a fake smile. Not a genuine smile, a fake smile, because they don't want anybody to help them. They don't want to ask for help, but they guess what? They need the help the most out of anybody in the world. So, look at these high points we got in all of our lives. Just say, okay, I got all this stuff up here at the top. I got some low points in my life too. Okay. What is going to outweigh each other in your own life? To me, I choose to pick the positive things to outweigh the negative things. I choose to look at the brighter side rather than walk through the darkness. I choose to turn on the flashlight rather than light a match. Because guess what happens with a match? It'll eventually burn out. Okay. You let it burn too long, you burn your fingers. I control the flashlight. I turn the light on and off when I want to do it. That's how I tend to live my life. I want to make sure that every scenario I walk into, I control the outcome of. I don't want to walk into a scenario where I become a puppet, where somebody else controls how I feel, how I walk, how I talk, how my character is, because that's not who I am. But I promise you, if you stare up into the sky one day and you say, let me think of everything positive. Let me think of everything I've done in my life that are high points. Let me think of everything I've done in my life that I want to reach, that I want to make high points, or what I'm doing to reach these things. I guarantee you, if you look at it like that, all the low points in your life will be irrelevant, because you've already dealt with those low points. There are low points in your life because you've already dealt with them. So, with that being said, you know how to work through those things if they happen again. We as people tend to lean to negative things. It's human nature to think of negative things before positive things. If you ask a group of 100 people, tell me five things negative, they can pop those things off: one, two, three, four, five. You ask them, tell me five things positive in your life, 98 to 100% of those people will probably give you one or two positive things they can think of. It'll take an additional few minutes to think of the other three. Okay. That is what human nature is. Our minds can easily slip into the negatives. Our minds can easily dwell on the negative. So we've got to find the positive things to make our life more positive. Create the high points. Don't focus so much on the low points. Be the person in life that creates the life for yourself. you know, so with that being said, guys, I wanted to hop on here. I want to talk about high and low points. I know kid's kind of tired. He's way more talkative than this. He's on the Fortnite right now, and he's just kind of playing. I think he's just waiting for me to be done at this point, but
No.
but that's okay. This is part of it. To me, it doesn't matter. The fact that I got kids sitting right here with me, that's a high point. Because guess what? I have an ability to do it. He has an ability to be with his dad, be with his family, be with his mom, his sister. We have that ability. That's a high point to me. That's a thing to smile about to me. That is why I fight so hard to be good at what I do and everything I do. I don't want to be mediocre. I want to be great. And guess what? I'm not perfect. Okay. Greatness and perfection don't go together. Okay. Nobody in the world is perfect, but 100,000 people in the world may be great at what they're doing in particular, or multiple things they're doing. Kid, he's great at a lot of things. He's great at sports. He's great at friendship. He's great at communication. My daughter, Pebble, she's great at sports. She's great at communication. She's got
I
a
don't know
big
about that communication part.
she's got a big heart. Okay. You've got to understand that people will not tell you what they're good at. Okay. The people that tell you what they're good at sometimes are looked at as being self-centered. So the ones that are really good at things, they want to prove it. They want to show it. They want to perform the task that they're great at so everybody can see it for themselves. That's how I am. That's how Kid is. That's how my daughter and my wife are. We want to do it so you can see it, not talk about it so you can think about what I do great. I want people to see what I do great. I want people to realize that greatness doesn't have to be spoke about. It just has to be done. It has to be done with the heart. It has to be done with the passion, and it's got to be done 100%. So, with that being said, guys, I love everybody out there. I want everybody to know that we're here for you. If you need anything at all you got to do is ask, and we will talk about it. We will go over it. We'll do whatever we can. This is RJ the Beast.
Jay the Kid.
Thank you guys for watching this episode of the Missonians Live. Hit that like button.
Hit that subscribe button.
Leave us a comment, and we will respond. Turn on the notifications. We will be back on here tomorrow to record another video, so you guys make sure you watch. We will talk to you guys later. And as always, peace.